Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. Today, we are proving once and for all, size doesn't matter. It gets bigger. That's right, size don't matter. It's what's on the inside that counts. This is the new Polo 67 Eau de Parfum Extreme, and I got the smallest size possible. Of course, following up the predecessors, the original, and then the Eau de Parfum. So where does this one stack up? How good is it? How bad is it? The words, how do they work? Let's go ahead and check out the presentation. By the way, it'll be linked in the description in case you want to pick up a bottle for yourself. I bought mine from Europe, got here in like 6-7 days. It's like the name. Box. On the front, you have the name of the fragrance, name of the house, the size, the concentration. It is Eau de Parfum Extreme concentration, 1.36 ounces or just 40 mils. Up top, you have RL Eau de Parfum Extreme, QR code on one side, little info on the other. It's very fingerprint magnetic, this kind of mirrored finish. On the back, you have your ingredients and your barcode. And then on the bottom, you'll find your batch code. Mine is 38Z801V as in Victor. And here is the little baby rinky-dink bottle. You have on the front the name of the fragrance, name of the house, the concentration as well. RL up top, you have Ralph Lauren around the collar. On the bottom, you're gonna find a sticker with your badge code. You can see through this if you put it up to light, but if you just look at it with the naked eye, a little bit harder to see your fragrance on the inside. The cap clicks into place. Let's go ahead and do a couple sprays. By the way, this is like the new style nowadays, just every single bottle coming out with the silver finish. I guess everybody just got together and decided silver looks cool. Here we go. Not bad. To me, Polo 67 is one of those lines that sometimes doesn't get as much hype or as much love as I think it deserves. It's not really all that expensive. To be fair, it's also not really all that complex, but what it does really well. Basically, it's a fragrance just made to smell modern, versatile, wearable, and to pull positive attention. And it does that extremely well. The original one, playing a little bit in the ballpark of fragrances like YSL Myself. Then you had the Eau de Parfum that came out with a really nice opening, kind of amplified to me the citrus in there, with more of a woody backbone as it dried down, not quite as aromatic as the original. And now we got this one right here. So all of that is basically just to say, I'm a little bit of a Polo 67 fanboy, I guess. I loved the original one when it came out. I wore this a bunch. It grew on me a ton. I liked the Eau de Parfum even more. And so I had / have high hopes for this. You know, I really wish I got a bigger bottle. Now, before we dive deep into this fragrance and I let you know how it stacks up against the ones before it, codes. Oh my God, codes. Got a lot of them. A new one for FragFlex that'll get you 10% off the website. Use that anytime you shop there. Also have codes for Gift Express, the Perfume Box, Beauty House, JOMASHOP, and many more. All of them linked in the description or just on your screen here. All right, let's get it out of the way. The opening. The opening of the new Polo 67 freaking rules. I like it. It hits like cracking open an ice cold tropical drink. It smells fantastic. The pineapple grabs attention right away. Fizzy, zingy, bright, just the right touch of sweetness. The citrus works alongside that pineapple to give it kind of a pop, a fizz. It's not rindy, it's not dirty, it's just all clean, fresh, and sweet. It comes across sparkly, rather than sticky. And that's important because this does have caramel as one of the notes in the fragrance. So if you were wondering, maybe I'm gonna spray it on and it's gonna be just too much, you know, it's gonna be dripping with sugar, it's not that bad. The way that the caramel hits is instead like a little warm glaze, you know? It's not sticky, it's not syrupy. It just makes that pineapple have a little sunlit glow to it, a little warmth. It doesn't take that opening and turn it into a dessert, is what I mean. It still maintains that freshness. And the solar accord that's in here, most of the time when people see that solar accord, they think to themselves, sunscreen. Because most of the time when people see solar accord, that's what they think immediately, sunscreen. You know, it's gonna smell like you just lathered up and you're about to jump into the ocean or something like that. That's not really how it works in this fragrance though. It just imparts a little bit of warmth, a little touch of warmth to that sparkle in the opening. And what keeps the whole thing from slipping into bubblegum territory is that aromatic backbone. Like in the original Polo 67, this one has a little bit of that going on too. Sage, geranium, also lavender. Technically not a note in the fragrance, but does it have lavender? Yeah, it's got a little bit in there. So that helps the fragrance stay clean, helps it stay groomed, gives it this faint herbal touch working alongside those more prominent sweet notes and fresh fruits. Off my skin, this one is probably even more fruit forward than the Eau de Parfum version that came before it, but it still is super easy to wear, really, really likable, and it grabs attention as soon as you spray this stuff on. So essentially, as far as the openings go, my most favorite at this point is this one, the new one. It's like they've just refined and tweaked that opening each time, where they're like, how can we work in a little bit more of just that attention grabbing, arresting opening that works so well in, frankly, fragrance stores where people are gonna go and just do this. I'll take it. It's like they're trying to really hone that in, and with this one, they have. Now into the mid, it doesn't just fade. So it's not, the same thing from the opening, just slightly weaker. It transitions into something different. The sugar calms down. All of those fruity notes, that pineapple blast off the top, it tones down as well. Basically that pineapple fizzy opening, it moves from being the lead singer in the top in the opening to being just the background hook once you hit the mid. Those aromatic notes that you kind of pick up along the edges in the opening, they become more prominent also in the mid. So again, that sage, that geranium, those become much more noticeable. And the fragrance feels a little more adult once you hit the mid. Now, I'm not saying that it smells old, I'm not saying it smells dated, it just smells a little more grown up. It's still clean, still modern, still freshly showered, just a little more put together. And then you get the leather. The leather starts to come out in the mid, and that's gonna help set this one apart from the other fragrances that came before it. Now, I know when it comes to leather notes, a lot of people get a little apprehensive, they get a little bit unsure, but don't worry. We're not talking smoky leather, not really like a heavy leather jacket or anything like that. Not even really loud. It's more just this smooth leather undertone that you can pick up pretty easily. It's more so adding texture, adding depth, adds a nice warmth to it, and it feels polished as well. It's just kind of, redirecting the fragrance from that opening where it's all fizzy, bright, sweet, and all of that. And it's like, let's go ahead, let's move it back this direction here. Let's take it from being something that, when you first smell it, you would think just summer, spring, summer, and that's pretty much it. Let's take it from that, move it into a direction where you could wear this pretty much whenever you want. So clean, classy, modern, and still with just a little peak, a little touch of that sweetness pops out every now and again. If you like that Polo 67 DNA, you're gonna love this one through the opening and the mid. It's still in that wheelhouse, just a little bit more attention grabbing off the top, and a little smoother and a little deeper once you head through the mid. Don't worry about the leather. Because into the dry down, the leather actually softens up even more. It becomes more like a suede type of note. And it's really addictive in the dry down, which it also is in the opening and the mid, but it also is in the dry down. It's one of those scents that guaranteed into spring and summer, I'm gonna be reaching for this a lot. But yeah, into the dry down, clean, aromatic, woody, very much a dumb reach, that kind of scent that you just grab, spray, and go anytime, anywhere, doesn't matter. The cedar and the vetiver come through clearly, but they're very much in a modern, woody type of way, so you're not gonna be getting really any earthiness, you're not gonna be getting that very dark, woody scent profile from the vetiver. So no earth, no dirt, just very crisp, modern, fresh, the way that they hit. And what's interesting too is the fruits. They linger, but like as a ghost. So in the opening, really strong, unmistakable, right? But like I said, in the mid, they peak out here and there. Just a little bit of that sweetness, a little bit of that fruity sweetness coming through. It's like that in the dry down too. The woody notes that are in there, they have almost like a faint fruity glaze over top of the wood itself. Not syrup, not candy, not sugar really, it's just kind of a sheen that lays over top of the woody notes once you hit that dry down. And it keeps it from smelling too serious. And it keeps it from coming across too dry. That aromatic core as well, still there, the sage, the geranium, that faint waft of lavender. It keeps it smooth, pleasant, clean, very approachable, just extremely versatile stuff. It's basically a modern designer interpretation of taking blue fragrances and moving it a little bit more in the direction of what's popular now. And that just gives it this extra little seductive warmth, whether we're talking about those solar notes in the opening and the mid, or that lightly glazed touch of sweetness to the woods in the far dry down. So that's all good and everything, but performance, how does this match up? Well, it is the Extreme, right? Eau de Parfum Extreme, so that means it should just crush, just annihilate these over here. And the performance is good. That's pretty much, yeah, it's good. It's not nuclear, it's not great, it's not necessarily extreme, but it's fine. Yeah. Strongest Polo 67 so far? Yeah, I would say so. Side by side, worn against the Eau de Parfum. This one has a little more push to it, a little more juice to it, but not massively so. That being said, these aren't really the type of fragrances that you would expect or necessarily even want to be that crazy strong, at least not for me, because these are trying to be everyday wear, versatile types of scents that you could wear to work. You could wear it casually, you could wear it formally, you could wear it on a date, you could do pretty much anything with it. And in order to be that type of fragrance, you probably don't want it to be crazy, crazy strong, because then that starts to limit you a little bit, because if you spray on a little too much, suddenly you become a giant D-bag, and you just don't really want that. So solid longevity, sticks around, good projection, not great, not beast mode, but better than these. It's kind of trying to walk that line of being safe, but still having enough push to get you noticed. In terms of seasonality, for me, year round, really. Daytime, nighttime, doesn't really matter, whenever you wanna wear it. The opening is bright enough, it's fizzy enough for warm weather, then you have that nice woody backbone, those aromatic notes that are gonna help it stick around in fall and even winter. So in case you couldn't tell, this is my favorite Polo 67 so far. Wearing this stuff, I think it's absolutely electric for me. The opening, really, really easy wearing. Maybe a little simple, but it smells amazing. And at the end of the day, I want fragrances that I can fit into just that, like dumb reach category, that ultra versatile, put it on my desk, don't even think about it, grab, spray, go. I like having some heavy hitters like that around. This one does that. The opening is easily the best for me. I would rank it this one best, then this one as far as the opening goes. And this one still has a really good opening. The original one still smells good. It's just, I like that extra emphasis on the pineapple, on the citrus, and with that caramel undertone, really good. As it dries down, the aromatics that come out, the woods, that touch of leather really helps elevate this one. I think that overall, I'm gonna rank it the same way, 1, 2, 3 for me. It's almost like taking bits and pieces from both of these and combining it into one, like the best parts from each one of these and combining it into one, and then giving itself a little twist. So I'd say if you're a Polo 67 fan, you gotta check this stuff out. And even if you don't like Polo 67, but you just want something that you can wear like a blue fragrance, but you don't want Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, Y, whatever, check this one out, really good. Just to dumb down pros and cons. First the pros, that opening, zingy, fizzy, pineapple, citrus, smells awesome every time. The second pro, the sweetness, the way that it hits, warm, glossy, fizzy, not overly syrupy or bubblegummy. Also, as it dries down, it grows up a little bit. Those aromatics, the familiar aromatic notes from before, they come out, the leather gives it a nice little twist. And the dry down as well, modern, woody, aromatic, clean, ultra wearable from start to finish. Also, big compliment factor in dumb reach usability. The cons, well, it's still not that complex. It is wearability first, but that's also by design. So if you're somebody who wants something that's gonna be extremely challenging or pushing boundaries, that's really not what they're trying to do here. The next con is not really necessarily a big con, but if you're not a fan of Polo 67, either of these, this is probably not gonna change your mind. And the final con, even though it is extreme in name, it's not extreme in terms of performance. Not that the performance is bad, it's good, but nowadays, good to a lot of people is actually bad because they want something that's going to sear their skin off and make their nose fall off like they're a ghoul and fall out. But yeah, extreme in name only. So there it is, guys, the new Polo 67 for me. This stuff smells fantastic, gonna get a ton of use. I just feel kind of bad for these because each new one is pushing the older ones like further down. So, you know, nowadays I feel like I'm gonna reach for this and not this, and this one I was reaching for instead of this one. Whole deal. All right, guys, I wanna thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.